Daisy May, somehow I knew you would probably be one of the first ones to jump on here. Good to see you, darling. How's everybody doing today? I haven't done a live stream in a minute. I haven't updated everybody on some things that have happened. Very serious things that have happened. And it's time to air these grievances out. I'm going to make a very important phone call on this live stream. And I'm going to ask that everybody on here do a favor, hit that like button, share this, because this is going to be a very, very, very big call. Before I make this call, I want to be very clear about why I'm doing this live and why you should be paying attention. This must be properly documented. This is not drama. This is not speculation. This is about how power gets abused quietly, especially during emergencies, when people think no one is watching. About a week and a half ago, on January the 24th, during a winter storm, I did what local government and the news told people to do. I went to a warming shelter. The public message was simple. Anyone can come. No registration. No screening. Just show up and stay warm. That's not my interpretation. That's what the public was told. What no one said, what no one warned people about, was that walking into a humanitarian shelter could turn into a law enforcement dragnet. Here's the core issue, and this is where it gets serious. There's a federal criminal justice database called NCIC. It's one of the most sensitive law enforcement systems in the country. It contains criminal history, warrants, and identifiers, information the federal government strictly controls. Only authorized criminal justice agencies are allowed to access it. Only for legitimate criminal justice purposes. Not for curiosity. Not for safety theater. Not because a private organization feels uncomfortable. And absolutely not because someone shows up looking for shelter during a winter storm. The American Red Cross is not a law enforcement agency. It does not have authority to run NCIC checks. It does not have authority to request them. And it does not get that authority just because there's an emergency. Emergency does not suspend the Constitution. Emergency does not suspend federal law. If NCIC was accessed because a private entity asked for it, that's a problem. if it was accessed for a non-criminal purpose, that's a problem. If information from NCIC was shared with people who are not authorized to receive it, that's a problem. Those are not opinions. Those are bright line rules. And here's where this stops being abstract. After I went to that shelter, law enforcement action was taken against me based on what was described as an NCIC hit. An unfurnished, questionable warrant situation out of New Orleans. I was publicly arrested. I was jailed. And now, after all of that, my car keys were sabotaged and taken. Not misplaced by me. Not lost on the street. They were last in a backpack that police took into their evidence room. When the backpack came back, the keys did not. And today, the city threatened to tow my car because I couldn't move it. When the reason I couldn't move it was because law enforcement lost or withheld my keys. That's not a clerical issue. That's deprivation of property. That's pressure. That's retaliation. So here's why I'm doing this live. In a moment, I'm going to call the FBI and make a formal report. Not to argue, not to posture, not to accuse individuals by name. I'm going to report facts. I'm going to report potential misuse of a federal criminal justice database. This is very serious stuff. I'm going to report potential unauthorized access to protected computer systems. I'm going to report potential conspiracy between private actors and government officials to misuse federal systems. And I'm going to report ongoing harm right now, while a city continues its threats and retaliation to try to tow a vehicle connected to all this. I want this on the record. I want it time-stamped. I want it documented. Because if this can happen to someone walking into a warming shelter during a winter storm, it can happen to anyone. It's a targeting of a marginalized community, in my eyes. This call is about accountability. It's about whether federal safeguards mean what they say they mean. And it's about whether emergency aid in this country comes with hidden law enforcement strings attached. I'm going to make the call now. Stay with me. Watch how this is handled. Before I dial, I want to say this clearly. I'm not doing this behind closed doors. I'm not sending a quiet email. I'm not letting this disappear into paperwork. This is a public time-stamped report about how a humanitarian shelter turned into a law enforcement trigger, and how federal criminal justice systems may have been misused against someone who did exactly what the government told people to do during an emergency. If nothing improper happened, then transparency protects everyone. If something improper did happen, then sunlight is the only way accountability ever starts. Because sunlight is a disinfectant. So I'm going to make this call now. I'm going to speak calmly. I'm going to report facts. I'm going to let you hear how this is handled in real time. Here we go. I had the number up on my screen, and it wiped off. 800-225-5324.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you are over 50, please press 1 now. If not, press 2.
What the fuck is
if you
that?
are over 50, please.
That is not the FBI. 800-225-5324. This is nuts.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you are over 50, please press 1 now. If not, press 2.
You've got to be kidding me. So I call the number of the FBI complaint line, 1-800-225-5324. And I get what in the fuck? Do y'all hear this?
You have dialed a number that is not available from your calling area.
So I'm calling this from my wow. Calling this from my other phone, which I actually have on Wi-Fi right now. It actually doesn't have a cell phone plan attached to it. But making calls over Google Voice has never been an issue. And apparently, the FBI doesn't take calls off of a Google Voice number. Everybody else does. I'm going to try this one more time. If anybody can find another number for the FBI complaint line besides the 225-5234. Please put it in the
Directory assistance, press 9.
let's see. Hey, if y'all can find another number, I'm looking right now myself. Oh, I dialed the wrong. So it's 225-5324. If anybody put that in there, and I didn't see it, I apologize about that. Five, about did it again.
Hello. Thank you for calling the FBI. To continue this call in English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2. For any other language, press 3. This is not a 911 service for taking emergency calls. For emergencies, please call 911. If you, or someone you know, are having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health crisis, or seeking mental health resources, press 1. In a few moments, you will be connected to an operator. This call will be recorded for quality assurance, investigative, or other purposes. If you do not wish to be recorded, please press 1 to receive details on how to report electronically, and this call will then be disconnected. During this call, you will be asked to provide identifying information about yourself and or the persons about whom you are calling. These questions will ask for information regarding name, date of birth, telephone number, and address. For the best accuracy, please do not use speakerphone while providing this information. We use this information to assist in investigating your tip. You do not have to provide your name or other personal information. However, the lack of information.
By the way, if you go to WTPnews.org, you'll see the article.
Any information you can provide may
Just
be used
post.
for authorized purposes. Repeatedly
This video will go on there.
no demonstrated investigative value may result in the FBI no longer taking your information. By continuing this call, you are agreeing to these terms. To help us process your call most efficiently, please tell us in a few words what federal violation or national security issue you are calling about.
It's a misuse under 28 USC.
Listen closely as our menu options have recently changed. To report a tip on an FBI case currently highlighted in the news, press 1. To report a suspicious email, hacked email, internet scams, cryptocurrency scams, ransomware, threatening communication through email or text message with demands for money, press 2. To report information related to immigration and customs enforcement, please press 3. To report telemarketing fraud, gift card fraud, identity theft, or unfair or fraudulent business practices, press 4. To report mortgage fraud, press 5. To report a swatting incident that has already occurred, press 6. To report a tip about anti-government violence, press 7. To report a tip about a threat to human life, serious bodily injury, significant violent action, or threats to national security, press 8. If you are calling about any other issue, press 9. To repeat this menu, please press the pound key.
I may have missed the violation of civil rights.
Please say or enter your 10-digit phone number now. Your phone number is 385-350-3998. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please spell your legal first name now.
Matthew.
The spelling of your legal first name is Madthew. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
No.
Please spell your legal first name now.
Matthew.
The The spelling of your legal first name is Madthew. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Put me on the phone with a fucking person. This is ridiculous. The FBI has this lousy of a voice operator.
The spelling of your legal first name is Madthew. If this is correct, say yes.
Sure,
If
yes.
this is incorrect, say no. If you would like to decline and move on, please press 0.
Yes. Move on with whatever name you have.
Please spell your legal last name now.
Reardon.
The spelling of your legal last name is Reardon. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please say or enter your date of birth as month, day, and 4-digit year.
March 24th.
Your date of birth is March 1st, 2026. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
No.
Please say or enter your date of birth as month, day, and 4-digit year. Your date of birth is March 24th, 1987. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please say or enter your 5-digit zip code now. Please say or enter your 5-digit zip code now. Your zip code is 70526. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
The state abbreviation is LA. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
The spelling of your city is Crowley. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please say your street address.
Not happening.
House number.
Fuck no.
Please say your street address, including house number and street name.
Eat my ass. No.
If you would like to decline and move on, please press 0. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
You're right, Daisy May. We were. And this is exactly the stuff that I was talking about.
Thank you for calling the FBI. Please confirm the spelling of your first and last name.
It's Mattthew
Okay, I have first name Matthew, Mattthew, last name Rear.
Don.
Is it Reardon?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. And for your date of birth, I have 3/24/1987. Is this correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. And for your phone number, I have 385-350-3998. Is this correct?
Correct.
Okay, and is that a cell phone or a landline?
Cell phone.
Cell phone, thank you. And last, for your address, I have a partial address of Crowley, Louisiana, 70526. Is this correct?
Correct.
Okay, and can you provide the street address for me?
Absolutely not. There's absolutely no reason for the FBI to get that intrusive for a complaint.
Okay, you can decline. That's fine. And what crime are you calling to report today?
Well, it's actually a couple of big ones. It's misuse under 28 U.S. Code 534 and the CJIS security policy. Also, violations of 18.
Okay, so what is the exact crime?
Well, so this is what happened. So about a week and a half ago, on January 24th, during a declared winter storm, the Lafayette Consolidated Government publicly opened a warming shelter operated by the American Red Cross. This shelter was advertised by local media, open to anyone with no registration and no screening. I relied on that public representation. After I went to the shelter, law enforcement action was taken against me based on what was described as an NCIC hit involving an unfinished...
I'm sorry. Sir, I'm sorry, but there appears to be something wrong with the connection, and I'm not hearing everything that you're saying.
Did you hear? I mean, but you've heard everything else except for whenever else.
I heard law enforcement, and then it started breaking up.
Okay, so during the winter storm last week in Lafayette, Louisiana, I went to a warming shelter. Okay, it was an emergency warming shelter that was opened up for the storm, for the emergency, by the Lafayette Consolidated Government.
American Red Cross.
That is correct. And so law enforcement action was taken against me based on what was described as an NCIC hit involving an unfinished or questionable New Orleans warrant. The American Red Cross is not a criminal justice agency. Any NCIC query run at their request or for a non-criminal, non-law enforcement purpose constitutes misuse under 28 U.S. Code 534 and the CJIS security policy. I'm now reporting an additional ongoing violation that my car keys were sabotaged and are missing. They're not inventoried with my jail property. A backpack was taken from me separately by Lafayette police and booked into their department evidence room. When the backpack was returned, my keys were not inside. The city then threatened...
Okay, have you reported that to the internal affairs for the Lafayette Police Department?
I don't think you understand what I'm saying here. The American Red, the American Red Cross, the American Red Cross,
police departments are generally reported to their internal affairs.
Right, and once again, if you would just please pause for a second and listen to me, the American Red Cross is not a law enforcement agency. They have no authority under federal law to run a NCIC background check on anybody, period. This constitutes deprivation.
The American Red Cross that ran that, not the police?
The American Red Cross did it. They were the ones, they were asking for ID and checking into the warming shelter, okay? This is something that
were the police present?
There were two marshals that were sitting down off to the side. They were not part of the check-in process. So if the American Red Cross was running NCIC background checks on people that were checking into an emergency warming shelter, okay, this is serious stuff. This is conduct that may implicate federal statutes, including 18 U.S. Code 641, relating to misuse or conversion of federal criminal history information, 18 U.S. Code 1030 relating to unauthorized or exceeded access to protected federal. I understand that you don't care, but 18 U.S. Code 371. I'm reporting it to the proper authorities because look, the federal government maintains the NCIC database to allow.
Have you reported this anywhere else?
I'm reporting it to the proper authorities, to the feds, because the NCIC criminal history database cannot be accessed. It cannot be accessed by anybody else outside of law enforcement for specific purposes, ma'am. I mean, what do you not understand about this?
I didn't say I didn't understand, sir. I was just simply asking a yes or no question, which you were not asking with a yes or no answer.
But you've also been cutting me off, trying to steer this to an internal affairs
Yes, I will have questions.
issue. And what I'm saying is this is a clear violation of federal law by the American Red Cross. It doesn't matter if law enforcement told them to do it. That is a clear violation of federal law for the.
I did not indicate that they have the authority to do so. I asked if they were the ones that ran the report or if it was law enforcement that ran the report.
I am calling to report the facts, and I'm asking for the FBI to conduct a full and thorough investigation into this, because an arrest was made based on a NCIC hit, based on a run of NCIC records by the American Red Cross.
Okay, I have this documented, and I do encourage you to make an internal affairs report regarding any lost property that you feel the police took from you. Otherwise, I can never say what happens with a report once made, as I'm intake only and not part of the investigative process.
What I'm saying, what I'm asking is that this call be logged as a form. And this is why I did this on a live stream, folks. This is exactly this nonsense cannot be tolerated. Okay, this is a dragnet that has been put in place. Either way it goes, either the American Red Cross was running NCIC background checks at their own leisure, or if they were advised to run them by law enforcement. That is a clear violation. It cannot be accessed by anybody. If you go to my website, WTPnews.org, and look at the latest article, you'll see the news broadcast that went out this last Saturday of the Lafayette Consolidated Government encouraging people to come to the warming shelter to stay safe during an emergency. That I don't think I can actually play this off of my phone because I'm on StreamYards. But I couldn't even get acknowledgement that this complaint would be lodged in a formal. Clearly, there's not going to be any type of formal investigation or checking into this. But the fact is, this is a major issue, because how many other people, especially in a marginalized community, people that don't have a house, that are homeless, that are people that are down on their luck, we can say. People that are not so familiar with their rights. How many people do you think that they bait in and they're egregiously violating their rights on a daily basis? The American Red Cross, I never had an issue with the American Red Cross until this shit show happened. Now I can say 100%, no questions in my mind, that the American Red Cross does not have the heart that they portray. The American Red Cross will never get any support from me for the rest of so long as I'm living and breathing. They won't. Somebody needs to answer for this. And I haven't even gotten into the real sham thing with New Orleans, because there was never a finished warrant. There was never an affidavit. They moved to make an arrest without having all their ducks in a row. And when the marshals at the warming shelter called upon the Lafayette Parish Police Department to basically do their bidding and to take me to the jail because they said that I had a warrant that came up from New Orleans, one that wasn't actually processed. When I was loaded into the back of the police car, I was driven approximately 3 to 5 miles up the road, where the officer turned off the road and turned into a vacant park. Stopped the car. Got out. Specifically said, I don't know what we're going to do. Everything was not in order. They were rushing to try to justify this arrest. I told the officer he needed to do the right thing and take me back and take the cuffs off. We could act like this didn't happen. He said, nope, I just got the call from my supervisor, from my sergeant, taking you to the jail. I was held in some of the most deplorable conditions. I was held at the Lafayette Parish Jail without a charge, simply a hold for New Orleans. I was held there from Saturday until Wednesday. On Wednesday, New Orleans came 3 hours away to extradite me, knowing damn well the following day, that Thursday, I was supposed to be in federal court in Lake Charles, Louisiana, for a constitutional challenge on a major First Amendment case. I was taken to New Orleans, booked in their jail, one of the worst jails I've ever been in. I mean, absolutely deplorable conditions. Just found out, well, I found out whenever I got out of jail. Fortunately, that constitutional challenge, because of the winter storm, it got kicked over to this Friday. So in 2 days, actually a little bit more than a day now, I will be in Lake Charles, Louisiana, the federal courthouse, on a constitutional challenge seeking to dismiss the guilty verdict that was put against me the month prior involving the U.S. Marshals. The major scandal with the U.S. Marshals, the surveillance that was conducted, and the bolos that were circulated. The evidence that was never preserved. This gets to the heart of not only the First Amendment. This gets right to the heart of, does a defendant have a fair, even appearance of a trial? Can a defendant get a fair shake? Or is the government going to continually get passes and taps on the back saying it's okay if you don't preserve the key evidence in a case? It's okay if you motion for the guy that was peacefully exercising his rights, protesting an injustice on the sidewalk down by the road, to come up there to the courthouse and shortly after get violently arrested. This is about way more than what happens to me. Folks, I've said this time and time again. I've never done this stuff for fame, for fortune. God knows I've lost it all. I do it because it's the right thing to do. I do it because I'm a Marine Corps veteran that swore a lifelong oath to protect and defend our constitutional rights. And as Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If an unjust act can get shrugged off and blind eyes can get turned to it, then it's become accepted. And it's become accepted not only to happen to you again, or to me. Okay, so this is where of course I don't want it to happen to me. I can't allow that to happen to where it becomes something that's okay to happen to me again. But what's to happen? What's to stop it from happening to you? And that's the reason why I haven't. It's the reason why I haven't been able to just, give up and walk away from something that is so immorally corrupt. And Tanawa, Jessica Saxton, y'all are doing a phenomenal job with what you're doing with fighting the injustices on the Department of Child Services arena. It's a problem when you have a clause of a constitutional right that's completely disregarded. Clause 1 of Amendment 5 says that no person shall be held unless on indictment by a grand jury. To hold somebody for an extended period of time on a simple accusation without having a grand jury indictment is something that seriously needs to be attacked, and attacked hard in the Supreme Court. Because that doesn't, nobody deserves to have those things happen. I wanted to bring y'all along on that ride with me to call. I knew what was going to happen. That's why I wanted to document it live. The FBI has shown time and time again, this is what they do. When it comes to expecting them to actually conduct a full, fair, honest investigation into federal civil rights violations, it's literally pulling teeth. And I can tell you right now that with my name, it's an impossibility. And it's because for the longest time, the state has gotten away, and it's been more than one state, but it's been primarily the doings of Mississippi, North Mississippi. And along the way, there got to be some federal cooperation in that. Some people that helped some other people. And now it's like I get this over. It's a feeling that I know through and through that no matter what, they will not do the right thing. They will not look into any type of injustice that I raise, because I believe in their eyes to do that would be to basically call themselves out for the things that they've done in the past. And they're just not going to do it. So we got some documented proof, time-stamped, on this live stream. And I'm going to end this live stream with that. I encourage you all to go to We the People News, www.wtpnews.org. Look at the latest article about the Red Cross scandal. Look at the other articles underneath it about the U.S. Marshal scandal. Look at the scandal about the Mississippi governor's mansion, the trooper, that is still gone unnamed. Even with recent calls to the Hinds County District Attorney's Office, where I've stressed that I've got criminal affidavits prepared against the unnamed Mississippi State Trooper, his supervisor, and the 2 other state troopers that witnessed his violent attack. I think that's all I got for you for right now. Let me see some of these comments. I get so kind of got to talking a little bit much right there, and I haven't really been too social with the comments in the comment thread. But yeah, let me see. Let me give some shout outs on here. So I see Daisy May, of course, I said, talked to you at the beginning. Phoenix Volunteer, ADA Title II Audits. Welcome, buddy. Stephanie Jenks, great to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing all right. Hope everything's well. Josephine, good to see you. Trolls that think this is funny, I think that you're gonna be sorry that you're laughing at that kind of stuff. You're inviting it to happen. I'm not gonna even waste my time or energy on you. I'm just gonna say that I hope that the many moderators that I have in here don't allow it, and just go ahead and just get that, just pluck that negativity on out, because you can't change those people. I mean, we're pretty positive that we know who those people are anyways. Let's see. God, that's a lot of comments. Let's see. All right, Patrick Bateman. Yeah, just go and see. Hey, the one thing I've done is I've documented everything well. You don't have to listen. You don't have to like me. You don't have to trust the things that I say are accurate. But you know what? A video camera is not going to lie, and neither are court records, neither are documents, FOIA documents. Yep. So, yeah, I can't even get back down to the bottom of this comment strand. So, hope you all have a good night. I'm going to end this before it gets too long. I'm going to put this video on that last article. Check it out. Please share it out. Y'all take care. And I do have a GoFundMe attached to that latest article. I mean, I had to literally call a locksmith to make a new key for this car. 200 and almost $50 just to get, or else, you know, they were talking about towing the car out of the car lot, or out of the parking lot where it was at. So I mean, it's I'm not just asking for a freebie. It's just this shit's getting expensive and it's taking a toll. So, all right, guys, y'all take care. Have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Take care.